are you guys doing? Happy New Year 2019. I wish I would have said happy holidays, but nah. I'm recording this right after my holidays. I took the day off from the 28th until 6th of January. So now I'm recording this on the 7th. And I really hope that you guys enjoy your holidays with your family, just like I did. So for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Inessa from the Inner Syria, and for those of you who have been here a long time, welcome back. And thank you so much for sticking with me. As usual, guys, this is going to be your relationship spread, meaning that you can always apply this with anyone in your life. It could be with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, exes, crushes, fiance, family members, anyone. I'm basically just going to be picking up your relationship energy in general, alright? And don't forget to also check your sun, moon, or Venus sign, because I tend to realize that with my readings, I resonate much more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign. You guys are pretty talkative today. I love it. Alright. Okay, so this is going to be a general reading. Check your sun, moon, or Venus. Don't forget, I resonate much more with my Venus sign. But it might just be me. Let's talk about your energy for the now. Pisces, you have the Empress card in reverse. You have the 7 of Wands in reverse, and you also have the 6 of Pentacles. What's challenging, you have the 3 of Pentacles, and you also have the 4 of Swords in reverse. So, the Empress card in reverse is kind of like quite funny because it's being accompanied with the 6 of Pentacles right over there. It seems to me as if like you know, in the past you guys are kind of like taking shelter, right? You are very, very defensive. You build a fort. You build a defensive wall. Huge, huge wall. I'm starting to sound like Donald Trump, but a huge, huge wall that protects you from the outside world. And now those walls are kind of like crumbling down. And then you're starting to give attentions again. You're starting to compartmentalize your feelings again. But because those walls just crumbles down recently, it's not 100% coming from you to be the Empress, which is to be the center of somebody else's universe, to be a people pleaser quality. It's like it kind of like reminds me of my card in Japanese tarot, which is the 4 of Gardens. It means that you guys are kind of like quite playing a puppeteer. You're like a puppeteer. You play puppets. So you give attentions, but you're not feeling it from the inside. It's not like you want to serve, but you felt because it's either it's your obligations or because you just want to give because you feel so hollow and empty on the inside. What's challenging you right now, you have the 4 of Swords and you also have the 3 of Pentacles. So with the 3 of Pentacles in here, we're talking about a lack of collaborations. Especially in this particular deck of mine, the 3 of Pentacles is somebody, it's different than a Rider-Waite Tarot. In a Rider-Waite Tarot, we see people collaborating together. We see people working together, hand in hand for a project. It's somebody who does something alone. You know what I mean? I feel like it's like what you're expecting versus what they're doing is totally different. It's totally opposite. And what they're expecting and what you're doing is completely opposite as well. So you don't get to meet in the middle. You know what I mean? And you might be feeling like, well, why is this person not putting in any effort? And with the 4 of Swords in reverse, it also talks about you guys try so hard to not think about certain things, but then you just couldn't because you just couldn't help your mind to think about that. Especially in holiday seasons where everything is just so chill, it's so slow, you can't have to think about those things, you know what I mean? The 4 of Swords in here in this particular deck of mine can also indicates period of no contact. But then the period of no contact is kind of like quite childish in this particular deck of mine. Why? It's because the squirrel is like looking back and like, you're not chasing after me. Why aren't you chasing after me? And stuff like that. So it could be you, it could be the other way around. But why aren't you putting any more effort? I did this because passive aggressively I am demanding you to put in more efforts towards me. You know what I mean? So that could be them doing that to you, or it could be you doing that to them. Whatever that's all it means. Let's see what's happening in the past. The Devil card in reverse. You know, when you love somebody and it comes to a point of obsession, I feel that's them. With the Devil card, especially in this particular deck of mine, I see it as a very, very masculine energy, obsessed because they so want to own you. You know what I mean? When you love somebody and you really, really want to own them and you became very, very obsessive towards them, this is them towards you. But I feel like they're starting to realize those negative traits, that loving and obsession and is quite different thing, you know what I mean? Because if you own something, like if you love somebody and then you want to own them, when you own them, you don't treat them the right way because it doesn't come from a place of love, it comes from a place of obsession. You get what I'm saying, right? So they're starting to realize that trait of them and they want to make better of themselves with the Nine of Cups in here. The Nine of Cups in this particular deck of mine is not negative. Why? Because they're being depicted by the ladybug over here. And then the ladybug is looking at a condition of a very, very happy family, the Ten of Cups. And this ladybug is thinking, well, I really want to be like them, but in order for me to get that kind of like happiness, I need to be happy with myself. So they kind of understand the negative trait that is attached to them, how they could not differentiate between obsessions and love. You know, when you're obsessed with somebody, when you're obsessed with somebody, you depend your happiness upon them, you know what I mean? And this is them towards you. It's like they depend their happiness upon you. If you treat them good, they're so happy. But if you treat them wrong, they can spiral down really, really bad. You have the Eight of Pentacles, so you guys are focusing so much on your work in the past. And then you also have the Seven of Pentacles. So I see here there is still this very, very positive outlook coming from you. There is still positive outlook, like, you know, okay, you know what, I think they're going to do better. Because you like the fact that they understand that side of them. And they are focusing so much on themselves first because they need to. You know what I mean? People who has an obsession tendency, they tend to be a bit of codependent and anxious, you know, loving people anxiously and stuff like that. It's very unhealthy with a relationship, and you see them trying to progress with themselves. And you guys are very, very positive here with the outlook for the Seven of Pentacles. It's either they are going to go better with you and they're willing to work at things out with you, or you know that there's something positive for you out there in the horizon, which I love about that, Pisces. Let's see what's happening in the now. Okay. It's a yes or no question, but okay. Right. So I feel like in the now, if you guys were in a period where you were in no contact, they are going to kind of like come back to you, and it's in the present card, so it's not happening now. It's going to happen really, really soon, from the 1st until the 15th of January 2019, because that was my intention when I was meditating for this reading, from the 1st until January 15th. They're going to kind of like return to you because they are so done with the period of waiting. In the past, they were the Princess of Wands here. Okay, so they were waiting, and they have this letter over right. Why is this out of focus right now? And they have this, as you can see over here, they have this letter, okay, well prepared for you, but then they're done with that period of waiting. So they're like, you know what, fuck that, I'm not going to be sneaking in, like, I don't want to play any games no more. Remember when I say the Four of Swords? It's like they're cutting communications, but they're like looking back and regret. Why are you not chasing me? Why are you not doing this to me? I feel like they're going to return to you, probably admitting something. And because you guys are so much focusing on your work and you were doing so well with that masculine energy in the past, it is going to freak you out because you have the Nine of Swords in here. You cannot help the fact that you're still in love with them with the Six of Cups. So it's definitely somebody that you're dealing with from your past. Somebody that you felt you have a really, really immense type of connection with. It's going to make you torn because you still love them. And the thing about a period of no contact, the thing about silent treatment or people, you know, being away from each other for a while, you tend to remember the sweet memories instead of the bad memories. You know what I mean? Why it didn't work, why it did. You know, you rely on those sweet memories, and it kind of like drives you nuts because at one point you were disappointed with the Five of Pentacles in here, and in the other point you're very, very much still in love with them. You still feel connected towards them. There's this sense of familiarity that is coming from them. So they cannot wait any longer, so that's why they're kind of like either they're going to admit something or they're going to come back to you. And you're torn with the Nine of Swords in here. What am I going to do? I feel like what you're going to do is much more going to be the Five of Pentacles, meaning that, well, I'm still disappointed, but I'm not going to do anything about it. It's not that I'm going to reject it completely, but I'm also not going to fight for your love anymore because I'm just going to wait for the rain to pass, for the storm to pass. But if you guys have not been in a period of no contact, I feel like there's going to be a secret or something that they let out. You know what I mean? They've been meaning to say that, but they're going to be admitting to something. And then it's something that freaks you out with the Nine of Swords in here. It makes you feel so duper duper disappointed, but also at the same time you still feel the love. Go back to my set of fun. This is a very complex story, Pisces, I swear to God. I feel like you guys have been hurt so much, you know, regardless of what they're going to do, even if they're like the Fool card. You hate it when people break in and entering like nothing happened. Because although you feel the love, but it's so hard for you to just switch your feelings on and off just like that, you know what I mean? Especially after either a comeback or after a secret that has been blurted out, like a secret that is coming out. They are the Fool card. They felt like, well, the truth set me free, you know what I mean? Like, I'm here, let's do this. But the Fool card in here, in the past, they're kind of like freaking out that things is not going to work out between the both of you. They freaked out because they felt like they lost you. But somehow there's this message that is conveyed towards them that you guys still want them, and they're very, very positive about that. They're very optimistic about that. You know what I mean? We have the Eight of Wands in reverse and also the Ace of Cups. You can't help but feel bleeding and love in here. You're still bleeding. If there's something that hurts you deep down inside, you know, let it out, let it go. I'm not saying let it go as if like you need to forget it. No, talk about it. It's healthier for you emotionally to talk about it. You know what I mean? Because you have the Eight of Wands in reverse in here. It's like you're not communicating what your heart is bleeding out. And instead of doing so, you guys are the King of Swords. It's somebody who is very cold. Somebody who writes in the Book of Sins right over here, whatever it is that they've been doing wrong, you put it in your mental notes or in a literal book. This is what you've done wrong, but you're not communicating anything about it. And it's painful to do that, you know what I mean? Because it eats you up alive. Those words, those feelings, those bottled up emotions, it will eat you up alive. So if they bother you so much, if they hurt you in some ways, let it out, let it out. You don't want to be the queen, you don't want to be a King of Swords. You guys are very loving. Pisces are very loving. You don't want to be the King of Swords. Right? You don't want to be the King of Swords. This person is going to wait. Yes, they do. But they, in the future, they feel like nothing happened. They feel a Fool card. Well, Pisces finally accept me. Well, Pisces is like this. Like, they're very, very optimistic about this. You know what I mean? This is what I said in the beginning as well. You being the Empress card in reverse, but then the Six of Pentacles. It's like you're giving, but your heart is not telling you to give. It's like you're doing it because, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it pains you. You became grudging when you give to them. It's like, oh my God, I have to give this. You don't want that. You don't want to lose this quality of the Queen of Cups that you have with you, Pisces. Because in the end, if you keep those bottled up feelings, you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. which means it's somebody who is just, you know, basically just going to spiral, you know. King of Swords is not who you're supposed to be. Especially as a water sign, that's not who you're supposed to be. Okay? So let it out. Blurt out all those bottled up emotions. Make it known to them what hurt you. These things, what stresses you out, what disappoints you. Let it be known to them. Okay? Because they're very optimistic, like nothing happened, like you already forgive them. And you, in the end, are being the one who left with, oh my God, I should have said this, I should have said this. No. Say it really now, okay? So I think that's it for my reading for you guys, Pisces. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in a few days from now for your bi-weekly reading. Bye-bye!